And a very warm welcome to the Corona Post Show. And absolute scenes here at Jeffreys Bay, where we have witnessed absolute brilliance out on the water. It's been an incredible afternoon. Well, our morning of surfing had a brilliant day yesterday. And the vibes in the studio, boys, how are we feeling?
I'm still on cloud nine at the moment. I tell you, this has been a couple of amazing days of pro surfing, and I'm a huge fan, so this has been a pleasure to call the action, and I'm just blown away at the level.
Oh, it's incredible, right? I mean, both the men and the women, Filipe, what he was just able to do there, and, today's action, it was slow at times, but when those moments happened, they were brilliant, especially in that final.
We've been blessed with incredible surf here yesterday, today as well. There's even a little bit of talk of a curse this year. Have we broken the curse?
Oh, we've well and truly broken the curse. I think we'd all agree that yesterday was the best day of surfing the WSL's had all year. And today was pretty darn good too. I mean, there were incredible scores. Just look at some of the heat totals, and that just reflects what was delivered.
Yeah, and you think about quality of the wave, still there. I mean, this is, J-Bay standards, it's still there. It could have been bigger, but ultimately it was the action was there. And I think the performances from the athletes themselves is what really shined.
Yeah, absolutely. The performances, obviously, just been absolutely incredible here. And what a venue to showcase that as well, and just see how surfing can progress and how it can go down. And the very best in the world can push each other. And you can't really argue the fact with our champions, absolute quality, value for their wins.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It was great to see Ethan and Filipe make it all the way to the final here as we look at the bracket, the pathway there. I mean, just, entertainment all the way through from this morning's action, Pete.
Yeah, honorable mentions to Kanoa Igarashi, giving up with his best result of the season and surfing brilliant. He was very close to taking that final with Filipe. I mean, the move to the 8 right at the beginning of the heat, great stuff. Also, Jack Robinson to see his slide, he's climbing back up the rankings, so good stuff there.
Yeah, as well as Gabriel Medina. Hard to go past the fact that he's bouncing right back really fast and is going to be a threat going into Tahiti. But looking at some of the action here, Filipe Toledo, this is how he got it done over the last couple of days, and it's just a pace that he goes on this wave. It's hard to match it, and just the variety of manoeuvres that he delivers, so creative. He's got the power, he's got the carves, he's got the progression, and the timing is just flawless.
And you think about what he's able to do in the lip line. I mean, it's incredible how he can get into it with so much speed and out of it just as quick, carrying that speed right into another bottom turn. There's no one else like it. There are certain similarities, but he is the best at it. I mean, whether it's in the lip, drifting his fins and getting out of it, or whether it's just the lip line glide to keep that speed down the line. Incredible stuff. That's why he is so good here at J-Bay. You just can't beat him, because he's going to make every wave.
Yeah.
And a little question mark coming into this one about his health, the injury over in Brazil. An absolutely rude form here. Absolutely blazing and really taking it to another level. We talked about how hard to defend a title, a world title. He looks amazing.
You think about that injury. Well, he sustained one in the morning of the finals in El Salvador and was able to bite through that and get a win. And then, of course, with that injury in Rio, to come here with a knee that's a little dodgy, it didn't look like it at all.
No, he looked totally on point, didn't he? And just reflecting on some of these waves, just the power, the amount of rail use, it's just incredible. And just the time he can see an explosion of emotion there. He knew that he was on there.
Yeah, my question about that 993, how many people in the history of the sport have ripped into a wave that hard with that intensity as Filipe did on that 993? That was unbelievable surfing.
It's very rare to actually be able to get a 10-point ride with surfing the wave face. Usually, impeccable barrels, we see that happen quite often. But to surf your way to a 10, very tough to get those judges to bite into it. Even now, a 993 felt like to me that was the perfectly written wave in my eyes. 3 of the judges thought there was enough there, but didn't come out the perfect 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else he could have done on that wave, but very, very close to the 10-point run. Let's give it a 10 anyway. Come
right.
on.
And transitioning over to the women's side, some big performances going down there as well, and an amazing performance really for Lakey Peterson, and obviously emotional at the end there with the culmination of all the factors that had gone into this win for her, and you could see how much it meant, and she absolutely deserved it with the surfing.
Yeah, long time between drinks, and you know, no secret. She said it in the post-heat interview. You know, it's been a slump. She's felt it. She's struggled to get out of it. Taking on new coach Glenn Micro Hall, change up of equipment a little bit. Obviously, figuring out some technique and some performance things that she needed to work on. But great to see her bounce back here in South.
That's amazing, because it's what happens, right? When you start, and you're in a slump, right? You start looking everywhere. I was touching on it with you, Paul, during our heats. Obviously, looking in the mirror is the first place, right?
Yeah.
You start looking there, looking inward, but there is those things where you look inward and you go, okay, well, what can I do with little subtle changes that are going to allow me to find my way out of this slump? She's been able to do that in a big way.
Not only that with a general form, but also making finals here in the past and unable to get it done. She's been sort of resoundingly beaten here as well, and always that playing in the back of the mind of the surfers. What a way to answer back.
And this final wasn't easy for her, right? I mean, it seemed like Molly was able to find moments and make it happen, even with the mistakes there. But that 8-5 turned the momentum, and that's what allowed her to get that win.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a new line in the way she's approaching the waves as well. I think a year or two ago, you know, she could be guilty of saying that the bottom turns were a little short.
Is she going faster now?
Yeah, she's going faster. The turns were a little stabby, but she's smoothed it out. She's found some more power, more confidence in the way she's sitting on the rail. And as Micro said, just have confidence in your choices. And I feel like it's like you said, it's the mental as well as the performance, and it's clicking.
That's what was helpful, I think, for Glenn, was, you know, to make sure that she is in belief of her talents and belief of the decisions, because when you have a slump, all of a sudden you question everything.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's hard to get out of it, right?
And these moments here, Richie, when you get to a stage in your career, when you've been on tour for a while, you actually sort of realise, maybe when you're younger and you come up quick and you maybe think, oh, this is just kind of life. But actually, when you get to Lakey's stage in your career, you realise just how precious those moments are.
Yeah, they're very special. And, you know, just to reflect a little bit on my own career, it took me 7 years to get that feeling of being chaired up the beach on the championship tour level. And it was so special. So, yeah, you know, to have that slump, come back and do it, you wonder if it's going to happen again. And wow, it did for her. Great day.
Pete, unbelievable day of competition here. Happy overall with everything you've seen?
Absolutely happy. Let's go celebrate a little bit.
Shall we?
Well, before we do that, we've got one order of business. Let's go down and get the final presentation with Joe Turpel.
That's what I was talking about.
Thanks so much, Paul. Thanks so much, everybody. You guys are incredible. Working through finals day with some crazy weather. Give yourself a round of applause. Thanks so much for being part of a special day of pro surfing. We would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Sand People and their descendants. We recognize their continuing connection to the land and waters and thank them for protecting this coastline and its ecosystems since the time immemorial. May we all find ways to walk gently and compassionately on these ancient lands and come to a place where every child ever born is respected, valued, and has a strong sense of belonging. We are so deeply grateful for our community partners who joined us in leading environmental and social impact efforts here at J-Bay. Big thanks to the J-Bay Surf Alliance. You guys are incredible. And also the Sentinel Ocean Alliance. Thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. This is the official awards presentation for the Corona Open J-Bay here in 2023. Stop number 9 of the World Surf League Championship Tour. The energy here is beautiful. It's the place that all surfers want to come to one day. And truly having a world-class wave, which is called the best right-hand point break on the planet on tour, is so important for the world title race. Thank you all for hosting the world's best so well in your local lineup, and all the locals here at Jeffreys Bay for making way and giving us some amazing waves this week, especially yesterday, which will go down as one of the best days we've had all season for performances and for the quality of conditions. Thank you so much. We'd like to thank our event partners, our title partner, Corona. I think everyone enjoyed that, especially this week. That was incredible. Our event partners, Shiseido, Yeti, Surfline, True Surf, Cougar Municipality, and Sealand Gear. Thank you for all the support. We'd also have a special thank you again to the local community at Jeffreys Bay, and thank you to the mayor of the Cougar Municipality, Hatting Bornman. Thank you for the Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism for hosting us so well. Got some incredible people up here on stage with me. First of all, our WSL Director of Tours and Competition. Let's hear it for Renato Hickel. And right next to Renato, Sharon Kroc, a community icon and responsible for putting the first pro surfing event here at Super Tubes. Thank you for preserving surf culture and everything you do for us. It's always a treat to be in your presence. Thank you so much. Let's hand out some trophies. Let's hear it for this man coming all the way here from Stradbroke in Australia. Current world number 3, back-to-back finals at Jeffreys Bay. Winner last year, runner-up this season. Let's hear it for your Corona Open J-Bay runner-up, Ethan Ewing. Something special about you riding a wave at J-Bay, Ethan. Can you put it into words?
Just this place is super special. First time I came here, I just felt really connected to it, and just had a great week. I have my dad here with me, so yeah, it's just been really cool.
And all the big names you got to surf with, not just finals, babe, but throughout this week. What are you most proud of?
Back-to-back finals is pretty cool, but Filipe is just too good. He's the best surfer in the world today, so yeah, good job to him, and good job to the girls too. They're super inspiring, so yeah.
Enjoy the moment, my friend.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Ethan Ewing. He's competing for a world title again this September. He got that special news, which is so cool. Let's keep it with the Aussie theme here. Runner-up in the women's final. Coming from New South Wales, let's hear it for Molly Picklum. Molly, sometimes it takes a while to get a cool relationship with J-Bay. First start here, making a final. How good does that sound?
Sounds amazing, feels amazing. It's such an honor to be here and surf in front of all of you guys. It's amazing the coastline you guys have, and the just the spirit that comes from this place. Obviously last year I was in Toledo trying to challenge my way back to the tour, and now being there up in the world, making Final 5, making finals here, it's such an honor, and in front of all of you guys, I can't thank you all enough.
How special as well to have a final with Lakey, someone you spent a lot of time with this season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you all see Lakey here in a bunch of finals, and she surfs really good, as we all can see. And, you know, when you see people put in a lot of hard work, it's really nice to watch it pay off. And, yeah, for her to get the win here, I know how much it means to her. So, yeah, I'm so stoked for her, and I'm sure we're going to have a fun night.
Enjoy the moment, Molly. Have fun.
Thank you.
Molly Picklum, runner-up, also competing for a world title at Lowers this year. Let's hear it now for a 3-time champion of the Corona Open J-Bay, your world number 1, Filipe Toledo. .993 in the final, 883 before that. Now picking up his 3rd win of the season, 15 overall in his career. Clinching his spot in the WSL Final 5. So many things to celebrate. Filipe, you've done this quite a bit, especially here at Jeffreys Bay. Through what you've been through with the back pain, with your knee injury, I don't know, something just felt different about you. You had this calm confidence, like a lion. Is that true?
Maybe, yeah. I was. It was different coming here this year. I kind of had the injury in Brazil. My knee felt kind of weird. You guys can't see it, but there's a lot of tape in here right now. But at first I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna miss J-Bay. I was super sad about that. I was not even thinking about the injury. You know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss J-Bay, one of my favorite stops. And but at the end, everything worked out really amazing. I had an amazing team with me. My physiotherapist Bruna, trainer Rafael, my family, parents, my wife. So it's just been, everything's been super smooth, It was, at the same time, that felt like kind of too smooth. I was like, okay, it's good. Everything is working really good. So let's keep it doing. And then I only surfed once before the event started. I was kind of concerned about it. And I mean, if you go back in all my heats, I only surfed like, 3-4 waves in the heats, except for the final. Probably surfed more. But yeah, really happy. Take another one. I was jealous that he was fighting for the second title. That Ethan was trying to take it again. I was like, no, no, just kidding, bro. It was a special final for sure. Ethan was in form the whole event. Since last year, he ripped and won the event. So yeah, just super happy. Thank you so much, everybody on the beach. It was a long day on the rain, cold. Thank you so much, and all the praise goes to God. Thank you. Woo!
Well done, Filipe Toledo, and quickly to all your fans back home in Brazil and everyone here that can speak Portuguese.
Yeah, provavelmente tem uns brasileiros perdidos por aí. Aí, moleque, vamos embora. Mas é isso. Obrigado, galera. Obrigado vocês aí. Como eu falei, foi um dia longo, de chuva, frio, e vocês estavam lá torcendo, dando suporte. Então, muito obrigado. Essa aqui fica na nossa casa. Let's go.
Parabéns, Filipe Toledo, a champion for the third time at the Corona Open J-Bay, world #1, heading into Tahiti. We have one more champion to talk to right now. Let's have a warm welcome for the champion of the Corona Open J-Bay, Lakey Peterson. Lakey Peterson, one of those surfers that connected immediately with Jeffreys Bay, multiple finals, but finally getting the big win. Lakey, you've won a lot throughout your career, but this one just feels different. Can you explain what you're feeling right now?
I'm at a loss for words, really. But yeah, I've made the final here a couple times, and so today when I made it, I was like, okay, we're winning this one. Third time's a charm. But I knew it wouldn't be easy getting past Molly. She's been in form, and yeah, keeping me on my toes. We had some good paddle battles. Kept making me paddle. I was like, come on, don't kick out. Let me just get out there nice and easy. But no, it was really special. I want to say thank you mostly to my husband, who just supports me through everything. Couldn't do this without you, babe. You're the best. Glenn Hall, thanks for working with me. And my South African family, Faye, AK, Dusty, everybody, Sharon, you guys' family is amazing. And yeah, thank you to all you guys for showing up in the rain. And yeah, as well as you, Filipe. Congrats, Ethan, Molly, super inspiring. So thank you guys, we did it.
Let's hear it for Lakey Peterson. You're champion of the Corona Open J-Bay. One more time for Filipe and our finalists, Molly Picklum and Ethan Ewing. We're going to continue to party right here on stage as we continue on with the Corona Post Show. I'll send it back to you, Paul.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks, Joe. And some new names on their name on the silverware. Also some names have won here before, adding further incredible title. J-Bay Open, what a wonder win. We talked about the equivalent of having a majors, and J-Bay, what a place to get a win on the championship tour.
Yeah, absolutely. If I could actually pick a couple to win, J-Bay would be right up there in the ones, and I'm sure they are for most of the competitors on tour as well.
Right, and you think of the legacy of this event, the long time, but the reality of why this event is so special is the wave. Yeah. It really is. I mean, it's one of the most special places on earth. Right-hand point break that is just as consistent and as beautiful. It's picturesque, and where we are in this world. It is one of those events that determines, because of the legacy, because of how hard it is to surf this wave, even though it is as perfect as it is. So you look at the multiple winners here. It's incredible to do it over and over again. But those specialists, they know how to do it. They got the timing down.
An absolutely incredible wave at a crucial time of the season. Penultimate event, stop 9 of 10 on the championship tour. And we've shaken up the ratings a bit.
Yeah, I feel like we've given out a few tickets throughout the entirety of this event, but still a few more to give out here. Filipe Toledo on top of the men's rankings right now. Ethan Ewing moved up to number 2 spot, and Griffin Colapinto in number 3, but he'll be so excited to be competing in that final 5 at lowers at his home break.
And you would have to think that Griffin, even thinking about that going into Tahiti, there's a moment there where he could actually leapfrog again. So, yeah. The seeding is so important when you head into the Rip Curl WSL Finals. You get that extra spot, you're one less heat to have to go for that world title.
Looking at our women's ratings here on the championship tour, and a couple of spots clinched before we came here at J-Bay. Lakey Peterson making a serious move.
Yeah, so only 1 spot left on the women's side. And Katie Simmers, well, she's in the danger zone there. And you can see Lakey Peterson, she's moved right up into 6th place there. So she'll be threatening. And this just all pans out to an incredible event that we're going to be seeing in Tahiti. And it's all going to be coming down to the wire.
As we think about the men's ratings and what we're looking at in terms of a couple more spots up for grabs, just a little more room there. But we mentioned, of course, that move made by Ethan Ewing, getting himself into 2nd place. Bad news for Griff Colapinto, drops down a touch. Otherwise, Gabriel, he's moved up a bit, he's lurking.
Yeah, and he was the one that I pegged to be the real mover, Gabriel and John. I thought they were going to get right up there. John just sort of stumbled yesterday, surfed incredible through the event. But he'll be a danger, both Gabriel and John coming into Tahiti.
And then again, when you think about that top 10 and you see that the people going for that 5th spot, I mean, it's separated just by the slimmest of margins. You've got 36,000 for Yago, and right up there, that moment, that semifinal, it just tightened that gap. So when you go into Tahiti, which we know Gabriel Medina has a great affinity with.
Well, if there wasn't enough jeopardy on the line in Tahiti, a chance for last gasp heroics. Let's remind ourselves what Kanoa Igarashi was able to do last year.
Wow, that was just an incredible ride. And he was in the box seat. He had to perform in order to make that final 5. Pushed his mate Griffin Colapinto out the back door, but one of the best rides of the entire year.
Well, it would have been the best ride of the year for him, for sure. I mean, because that was in a moment they were just seesaw battling. We saw Heat going with Griffin, and they were battling for that last ticket. And it was an incredible performance by Kanoa to get that done.
Other things that are going to be happening in Tahiti include the Olympics. That's one of our talking points, along with our top 5 moments. We're going to be talking through all of that when we come back from break here on the Corona Post Show. Welcome back to the Corona Post Show, where we're reflecting on everything that's happened here at Jeffreys Bay in an incredible event, and we're also looking forward to what we've done in terms of our ratings and shaking things up as well for qualification season, of course, this year on the championship tour, and a chance here, Richie, already for some of the men to make some moves towards qualification next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw a couple of guys secure their hopes to go to the Olympics in 2024 at Tahiti. A pretty special thing, that you think about world titles and what's happening in the surfing world. But this is something special. And Griffin Colapinto for the USA, Ethan Ewing for Australia, and then great to see Leonardo Fioravanti, and Filipe Toledo secure his spot for Brazil.
That will happen here at Jeffreys Bay. Actually, for the women, Pete, these names are already locked in coming into here. Of course, plenty more space up for grabs. That's all going to go down in Tahiti.
It sure is, and that's where we're going to find all of those last few spots that are qualified through the World Surf League. There is some other ISA qualification surfers as well, but ultimately these are the 8 that have already provisionally qualified, and congratulations to them. What a feat, really, going and be able to compete in a place like Tahiti for a gold medal. Wow, man, you couldn't ask for anything more.
If you're going to succeed on the championship tour, if you're going to get to the Olympics, you're going to need a good board. Let's check out the Whistler Shaper rankings. Mayhem is still looking pretty good stride. Will be happy.
Yeah, he will indeed. Still holding strong up the top. Mayhem, geez, he's been making some incredible weapons this year for his surfers, both on the men's and women's side. Great event for DHD as well. Darren Hanley pulling up number 2nd, Sharp Iron 3rd. And what do you think? Channel Islands and Pizel, can they do it?
Everybody picked up points here. CI got the win today, right, with the women's side.
Lakey,
Pizel also got some semifinals. So all of the points coming from quarterfinals or above. So everyone, putting a few points on the board for them, and that's just what a unique thing to bring this season. The Whistler Shaper rankings, you got to give a lot of credit to the equipment that all of these surfers ride, and that's a good way to do it.
Absolutely. Key to performances, having the right boards under your feet. Another key ingredient is waves, and that's exactly what we saw yesterday. And well, a lot of people were calling it the best day on tour so far this year. Pretty tough to argue with when you look at some vision of it. Let's dive into our top 5 moments here and just remind ourselves yesterday, what a day.
Oh, yeah, we were greeted with just an incredible swell in the morning. Caroline Marks got us off, in the morning with some incredible Oki-esque style approach to the wave here on the backhand. Just ruler edge, 6 to 8 foot, double overhead. Caroline Marks. A backhand display of surfing, which, I guess was some of the most beautiful we've seen since the tour started this year.
And you got to think about the conditions, a typical J-Bay. This was nice, light offshore winds. I mean, in contrast to what we saw yesterday, just this glassy beauties. It was incredible display from the athletes as well. I mean, J-Bay was a star, right? But the athletes answered to it with this incredible surfing.
Caroline kicked off the goofy foot story. This guy picked it up and ran with it. Connor O'Leary.
Yeah, and I've been saying that Connor O'Leary, for me, one of the most improved on the tour over the last 12 months. He's really starting to find his place. The surfing's backed up as well. He's getting better and better. But this man here, something special.
Absolutely something special. And, I still am amazed that he's getting better, and what he's been able to achieve on the face. We knew he was a great aerialist. We saw the 10-point ride. It was due to those 2 huge aerials. But he almost got it done on the face with just this slicing and dicing and speed. And just, any surfer that is watching this is just going, wow, how in the heck is he doing that?
Yeah, the speed, it's almost unmatched, isn't it? But, well, there's some cool stuff going on here.
Moment number 4, Olympic qualification, and flying the flag for Italy. Leo Fioravanti got himself qualified for Tahiti, did represent his country in Japan. He'd be absolutely delighted to be going back to Tahiti.
And when you think about Olympics and all of a sudden, yes, this sport here, it's pretty individual when you're going up the rankings and you're talking about, but this now flying the flag, and what better way to do it than in the biggest sporting event in the world, the Olympics, where you can just, with your country, you're going to have this fan base of the entire Italian flag waving it, as well as the American flag for this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Griffin Colapinto, well, he just missed out, didn't he, on qualification last year, and now he gets the double whammy. He's got Olympic qualification and the opportunity now to win the world title at his home break.
Well, and there's a couple left spots, the Australian flag, one of them taken right here by Ethan Ewing, and that solidification of to be able to compete in Tahiti would have been really good for him, plus the fact that he moved up into number 2 on the rankings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of crazy to think that this guy actually missed out on qualification last time out. The strength of the Brazilian crew, but also got himself locked in for Tahiti. Our moment number 3, though, is clinching the spot into the finals, and he's the world champion. He's in the yellow jersey, and on the evidence that we witnessed here, hard to argue the fact Toledo's the best surfer in the world. Also clinching at his home break, Griffin Colapinto.
Yeah, well, Filipe, we kind of figured he was going to be in the final 5, didn't we? He just had to back up a decent result here at J-Bay, which he was always going to do. But Griffin, this is a special story because there was heartache last year, and then now he gets a shot at it. He's going to have so much hometown support down there. It's going to be rad to watch.
A heartache, but what that does is create growth, and that's why he has been able to get himself into the situation that he sits in now. Clinched a final 5 spot, and again, being able to do it at San Clemente, it's got to be awesome.
Yeah, as did Molly Picklum, and she'll get a run at it. So you know, you think about her journey over the last 2 years. She was off tour, battled back on again, came on, got the win. You know, she's had some WCT victories now, and now she's going to get a shot at a world title.
Well, speaking of making a comeback, Caroline Marks had a bit of time away, and she's come back. She looks better than ever, Pete.
Yeah, and to clinch the Final 5, she has put herself in San Clemente now for a few years. So you'd almost say, hey, another surfer that's going to have that home break knowledge going into trestles. So you'd expect her to do pretty well.
Well, Coach Luke Egan, he's won the event before, and so he'll be bringing that knowledge as well.
And this guy, Ethan Ewing, will also be heading to lower trestles. Be really interesting to see how he competes with the very best down there, but looking very much in form and very much deserving of that spot.
Yeah, well, Ethan had a little bit of work to do compared to his result at lowers last year. And, well, we're looking at number 2 here.
Yeah, our second moment, your champion for the men, Filipe Toledo, and we've sort of poured all sorts of compliments on him. We're almost kind of running out of words to describe what he's able to do, but I just want to reflect. We're looking at one of the all-time greats. He's got 1 world title. There are obviously plenty of surfers with more done than him, but how good is he in the context of the history of the sport?
3-time champ here in J-Bay. There's only 2 surfers ahead of him that have gotten 4-time winners. That's what, Mick Fanning and Kelly Slater. So you think about that. He's in good company as a multiple champion here at J-Bay, and you know what? He's still got plenty of years left in him, and I would say after today's performance, we know that we get to see him probably in the finals once again next year.
Yep. Well, our number 1 moment, and absolutely showing her class here. What an amazing competitor and surfer. Lakey Peterson just looked brilliant and brought it all for finals day.
Yeah, it was a sweet victory, wasn't it? And made even sweeter just by, you know, having that dip in her career over the last sort of 12 to 18 months. Has struggled to find form, struggled to find the wins, but it comes back here at J-Bay, a special place for her. And what a way to do it with some incredible surfing. All the elements just coming together here. She's back in form. Awesome to see.
I'm just going to go golf clap.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Golf clap. I mean, we could actually do hurrahs too. But, but hey, what an event. Honored to be calling the heats with you guys. Great stuff. Wow, I can't believe it's over.
Richie, how good has it been back watching the best in the world go at it in, well, basically perfect J-Bay?
Yeah, well, for me, it was 18 years since I'd been back here. Since I left the tour, was the last time I was here. So incredible to come back, reconnect with the energy of the place, get a couple of waves and call action with you guys, and I've never done that before. Great to hang out.
Been really good fun. Of course, looking forward to what's going to go down in Tahiti as well. Final event of the season. Cannot wait for that to go down. And the final 5, well, qualification stories, and looking into the Rip Curl WSL Finals as well. That's coming up in September. So, yeah, a couple of decent events from the World Surf League to round out what's been a solid season. It's been an incredible event here in Jeffreys Bay. Thanks for tuning in. We've really enjoyed the pleasure of your company and watching the world's best surfers go at it. We're going to send you out with some highlights. Time to say bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
What a beautiful sunrise, and welcome to South Africa.
Jeffreys Bay, it's one of those canvases that is inspiring.
Colapinto
Boosts. Come on, that was technically perfect.
Here goes the yellow jersey worn by Filipe Toledo. Big stinging snap, just unleashing 8-5 from the panel.
Got Yago looking for his lead back. Full rotation. What? Yago Dora does it again. He's going for the big backside. Full road in the flats, seat to low. So John now feeling the pressure, needs a 7.35. Florence gets it.
A lot of excitement in the surfers area. A much anticipated pulse and swell.
Easy call this morning. We're up and running.
From Caroline Marks, that was some fire. Big hanger to finish.
Just this beautiful work from Ethan Ewing.
Connor O'Leary is on a heater. 9.57.
Geordie Smith, smooth as you like.
Smith with some travel time sneaks out the low road. Geordie dropped a 9.
Gosh, that's nasty. Oh, man.
Set up a tube, gets on the tail, comes out with a ton of speed. Lakey Peterson, massive hit from her. The power and control absolutely on point. Great hit. Gabriel, as he just throws all sorts of spray into the atmosphere.
Guys, I mean, this is as good as it gets. The waves are absolutely firing.
Oh my God, he turned it.
He's in disbelief.
Filipe Toledo slicing through these inside sections here.
Welcome to finals day. A distinct chill in the air this morning.
It's freezing.
Big one for Steph Gilmore. She needs to capitalize and get past Molly.
Not enough. Molly Picklum clinching her spot in the WSL Final.
I love you all, and let's go. We're going to Trestles.
Watch this. Oh, that was impressive.
Healthy looking wall. How about that searing carve?
Sammy's in the water.
Lakey gets gifted with a wave and an opportunity. What a crazy turn of events.
And it'll be Molly Picklum facing Lakey Peterson in the final.
We'll see what she has to do.
Lakey Peterson, our 2023 Corona Open J-Bay winner.
J-Bay champions going for more trophies in the men's final.
Oh, he's good, isn't he? Wow.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.